Welcome to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast, the most up-to-date information to help you prepare for your wine tasting weekend. I'm Mike, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas, from the high plains to the hill country. If you love Texas wine, you've come to the right place. Let's take a trip. Welcome back, everyone, to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast. I'm your host, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, Mike Cole, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas. If you are a subscriber to the podcast, thank you so much for returning and tuning into this week's episode. And if you are new to this podcast, thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. We are an information-based podcast supporting and sharing wine events, tastings, and industry news from around the great state of Texas. So I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please consider subscribing and sharing the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. It helps to continue to spread the word about the podcast and keeps everyone informed about current wine-related events. Also, please follow me on my socials at Texas Wine Scene on Instagram and Texas Wine Scene on Facebook, where you will see all the posts about upcoming events for the weekend. Now let's get into your Texas Wine Scene news. The Messina Hof Winery is proud to announce 7 newly released vintage wines that have been added to the brand's premium collection, which were revealed at the brand's annual winter wine premiere dinner hosted at Messina Hof's Estate Winery in Bryan, Texas, earlier this month. The new vintage wines are the 2024 Artist Series Riesling, the 2024 Private Reserve Semillon, the 2023 Private Reserve Viognier, the 2022 Artist Series Primitivo, the 2022 Private Reserve Petit Syrah, and the 2021 Paolo Blend and Blushing Angel. Karen Bonarigo, Chief Administrative Officer and owner of Messina Hof, said, "We are continuously looking for opportunities to expand the Messina Hof portfolio and offer consumers an even broader selection of our wines. Each of these 7 wines presents distinct flavors to accompany different cuisines, palates, and preferences to ensure every type of wine lover can explore the diversity of our portfolio and choose their new favorites." There are more holiday bundles available for purchase. Imagine indulging in the rich, bold flavors of Llano Estacado's exclusive bourbon barrel collection with 6 premium bottles crafted to perfection. This limited edition 6-pack features 3 bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon and 3 bottles of Tempranillo, all aged in bourbon barrels for a smooth, complex finish that elevates any occasion. This ultimate blend of quality and value is available at their winery for $154.99. Adelphi Cellars has their holiday bundle for sale. This holiday wine bundle includes the 2021 Satin Red Blend, the 2021 Merlot Reserve, and the 2023 Chenin Blanc Barrel Fermented Reserve, all for a price of $110. Augusta Vin Winery in Fredericksburg, Texas has their wine bundle for sale. This wine bundle includes the 2022 Sirens Brut Sparkling Wine made from Counoise, the Giovanna Bianco wine made from Trebbiano, Albarino, and Pinot Gris, and the Giovanna Rosso wine made from Montepulciano, Negro Amaro, Mourvedre, and Petit Syrah, all for $135. Landon Winery has their holiday 6-pack available, which includes a bubbly sweet or dry sparkling wine, which is always good to start the party, a Chardonnay, a Pinot Noir, which will pair great with turkey or ham or goose, the Texan, just because it's delicious all by itself, a Tempranillo aged in a rye whiskey barrel, and a chocolate finale, scrumptious with all of your holiday desserts. This wine bundle is all for sale for $140. Nobleman Wines has announced it will be selling its winery in Kerrville, Texas. Owner Austin Pitzer wrote, "After building Nobleman Wines into an incredible business, it's time to put it up for sale. It's been an amazing journey, and we're ready to hand the keys over to an eager new buyer. There's so much momentum in the Texas wine industry right now, and we're excited to see it continue to grow." Nobleman Wines was founded in 2019 by husband and wife duo Austin and Katie Pitzer and is a quality-focused wine brand here in Texas. With the assistance of winemaker John Rivenberg of Kerrville Hills Winery and Rivenberg Wines, they source old-school heritage varietals that originated throughout Southern Europe, which thrive here in the state of Texas. We would like to wish Austin and Katie the very best of luck in their next chapter. And finally, one of Texas's wine journalism pioneers is leaving the Texas wine scene. In a recent Facebook post, Dr. Russ Kane, author of the Wine Slinger Chronicles, Texas on the Vine, and Texas Hill Country Wineries, announced that he will be moving out of state to be closer to family. Dr. Kane was a prolific wine writer covering the Texas wine industry for 30 years and was the brains behind the Specialist of Texas Wine Certification course. His plans are to convert his blog, VintageTexas.com, to an historical archive that covers the Texas wine industry from the mid-2000s to 2024. Heartfelt comments poured in after the post was shared. Betty Bingham, co-founder of Bingham Family Vineyards and Farm, wrote, "Sounds like a wonderful idea. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for all of the promotion and reporting that you have done through the years for the Texas wine industry. Just remember, we ship wine to Georgia." Julie Colkin of Pedernales Cellars wrote, "We have enjoyed reading your coverage of the Texas wine industry all these years. Good luck with the move. I am sure it will be wonderful to be near your grandkids." Karen Bonarigo, Chief Administrative Officer, wrote, "Congratulations on the new chapter. We are forever grateful in your support and advocacy for the Texas wine industry and Messina Hof Winery over the decades." And Denise Clark, Director of Texas Fine Wine, and who is now the new instructor for the Specialist of Texas Wine Certification program, wrote, "Thank you, Russ, for all you've done for the Texas wine industry. Your legacy will carry on. You've been a terrific friend and a colleague to me. Thrilled for your next adventure." As a new wine writer, Texas wine advocate, and a member of the Texas wine industry media, I hope to follow the path that you have established as a Texas wine journalist and continue to contribute to the Texas wine industry in a manner that is positive, supportive, and accurate. Best wishes to you, Dr. Kane, your family, and your next adventure. This week, we continue our Obscure Texas Grape mini-series, taking a closer look at Counoise. Counoise is a dark-skinned wine grape variety from the southern Rhone Valley region of France. Counoise is a low-yielding and late-ripening grape variety primarily used as a blending grape with other red wine grape varieties such as Syrah, Grenache, and Mourvedre. Counoise is often described as a peppery and spicy grape variety with good acidity, but it also adds flavors of plum, strawberry, and raspberries. Because of its lively acidity, its lack of deep color, tannins, and alcohol, Counoise lends itself to a wonderful expression of a Provence-style rosé wine that we see here in Texas. For excellent representations of this obscure variety, look no further than Randy Hester of CL Bouteau for his 2022 100% Counoise from the Farmhouse Vineyards in the Texas High Plains, or the McPherson Cellars 2022 Counoise, also from the Texas High Plains. Tune in next week as we continue our Obscure Grape Variety mini-series as we take a look at Tannat. Before we get into the short list of wine events for the weekend, let's check the weather. The weather for the weekend in the High Plains wine growing region will have high temperatures of 67 degrees with a low cool temperature of 39 degrees. The North Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 73 degrees with low temperatures of 46 degrees. The West Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 71 degrees with low temperatures of 45 degrees. The Texas Hill Country wine growing region will have high temperatures of 75 degrees with low temperatures of 44 degrees. And the Gulf Coast wine growing region will have high temperatures of 77 degrees with low temperatures of 48 degrees. Head on out to historic Gainesville, Texas for their Gainesville Wine and Country Festival on Saturday, November 23rd from 12 to 7:30 p.m. Immerse yourself in the flavors of 16 North Texas wineries, each pouring their finest wines. Guests will enjoy local food trucks, shop with local vendors, and of course, taste the wonderful wines of the North Texas wine country. Live music will be provided by Lyke Combs performing a Luke Combs tribute from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Your general admission ticket purchase includes 2 3/4-ounce pours at each of the 16 wineries. Or step your purchase up to the VIP pass that includes 2 3/4-ounce pours of each of the 16 wineries, plus 3 additional 1-ounce pours of premium wines, selected bites from local restaurants, wine swag, and exclusive access to the VIP area. Wineries pouring at this event include 4 Hour Ranch Winery, RK Winery, Blue Ostrich Winery and Vineyard, Edge of the Lake Vineyard, and Landon Winery, just to name a few. For more information and ticket purchases for this event, visit Gainesville Wine Country Festival at eventbrite.com. Kick off the holiday season with movie night under the stars at Michael Ross Winery in Fredericksburg, Texas on Sunday, November 24th at 6 p.m. The old classic National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation will be the feature for the evening, so bring your blankets and Michael Ross will have the food and the wine. That's the perfect recipe for a wonderful holiday evening. For more information on this event, visit their website at michaelrosswinery.com. How about going south for the holidays and head on over to the 6th annual Corpus Christi Food and Wine Festival on Saturday, November 23rd from 3 to 12 p.m. This tasting event will feature nearly 100 varieties of wine from all over the world as you sample food from local food trucks, go shopping in the vendor area, take part in a grape stomp, or just hang out and enjoy the great vibes in the heart of Corpus Christi's Sea District. Enjoy Texas wine in the taste of Texas, try a variety of local craft brews in the Corpus Christi Craft Corner, or purchase art from some of the local artists. Guests will have the opportunity to interact with the local chefs as they compete in a chopped style competition that is centered around sustainable food. Your ticket purchase includes a wine festival tasting glass, a wine festival tote bag for shopping, and tasting tickets for wine or beer. For more information and ticket purchases for this event, visit 6th Annual Corpus Christi Wine Festival at eventbrite.com. Join Flat Creek Estate Winery and Vineyard in Marble Falls, Texas for their 19th Annual Thanksgiving Weekend Extravaganza on Friday and Saturday, November 29th and 30th from 11 to 6 p.m. It's the best place to take the family for a one-of-a-kind experience, holiday shopping, great food, and great wine. On Friday morning, come out and enjoy the Turkey Shuffle for a 5K or 10K run-walk event. And on Saturday afternoon, check out the UT versus Texas A&M college football game on the big screen, along with lawn games, disc golf, fine dining in the bistro, casual dining in the outdoor pavilion, guided wine tastings, and beautiful holiday backdrops for family photo opportunities. For more information about this event, visit their website at flatcreekestate.com. Looking for a fun way to entertain family and friends after Thanksgiving? Well, head on now to Driftwood Estate Winery in Driftwood, Texas on Friday, November 29th at 2 p.m. for a relaxing afternoon of wine and cheese. They will be pairing their favorite wines with delicious award-winning cheeses from Riverway Creamery. Not a wine lover? Their estate-crafted beers are also a great match for cheese. And as an added bonus, you get to take home a beautiful wooden charcuterie board. For more information on this event, visit their website at driftwoodwine.com. Here are a few winery dinner opportunities for the holiday season, but you gotta get your tickets fast because these events will sell out soon. Dukeman Family Wines in Driftwood, Texas is having their holiday wine dinner on Saturday, December 7th at 6 p.m. Carter Creek Winery and Resort in Johnson City will have their holiday wine dinner on Saturday, December 7th at 6 p.m. as well. Bending Branch Winery in Comfort, Texas is having a star-studded holiday wine dinner featuring 6 Hill Country wineries on Saturday, December 7th at 6 p.m. Valley Mills Vineyard in Valley Mills, Texas is having their wine dinner on Friday, December 13th. And Marker Cellars in Bridgeport, Texas will have their wine dinner on Sunday, December 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. And those are your wine events for the weekend. Stay tuned for your music lineup for the weekend. Up next. Archway Winery in Fredericksburg, Texas gets the music lineup jamming for the weekend with Brent Stone on stage Friday, November 22nd from 5 to 8 p.m., followed by Julian Escobedo on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 3 to 6 p.m. Dry Comel Creek Vineyard in New Braunfels, Texas will have James Hearn on stage Friday, November 22nd from 5 to 8 p.m. Dukeman Family Wines in Driftwood, Texas will let Monty Russell assume the musical duties on Saturday, November 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Fiesta Winery on Wine Road 290 will have the beautiful Sharita Perez on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 3 to 6 p.m., followed by Keelan Donovan on Saturday, November 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. William Chris Vineyards in High Texas will have the talented Jenny Del Lord on stage all weekend long from Friday, November 22nd through Sunday, November 24th from 1 to 4 p.m. each day. The Texas Wine Collective in Fredericksburg, Texas will have Clayton Chapin on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. Texas Heritage Vineyards in Fredericksburg, Texas will have Tina Wilkins and Ron Flint on stage Friday, November 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m., followed by Mike Blakely on Sunday, November 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. as well. Wild Seed Farms in Fredericksburg, Texas will let Stephen K. Morris jam out on Saturday, November 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m., followed by Madison Ridges on Sunday, November 24th from 1 to 4 p.m. as well. Whistling Duck Winery in Weimar, Texas will have Jorge Gallegos on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Augusta Vin Winery in Fredericksburg has a great music lineup for their Sips and Sounds event, starting with DV Jazz on stage Friday, November 22nd from 12 to 3 p.m., followed by Julie Alexander later that evening from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Noel Goforth will take the stage on Saturday, November 23rd from 12 to 3 p.m., followed by Charlie Garcia from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. as well. Barnhill Vineyards in Anna, Texas will have In Halen on stage performing a Van Halen tribute on Friday, November 22nd from 7:30 to 10 p.m. Eric Carizales will grace the stage on Saturday, November 23rd from 12 to 5 p.m., followed by Animals covering Maroon 5 later that evening from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Deep Roots Vineyards in Plantersville, Texas will have Queen Legacy on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 12 to 5:30 p.m. Moody Family Wines in Bullard, Texas will have Mud Wheel on stage Friday, November 22nd from 6 to 8:30 p.m., followed by Davy and Jules on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 6 to 8:30 p.m. as well. Carter Creek Winery in Johnson City will have London Bailey on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 7 to 9 p.m. Hilmy Cellars in Fredericksburg, Texas will have 10,000 Bees on stage Saturday, November 23rd at 1 p.m. Covington Cellars in Johnson City will have Josh Kloss on stage Friday, November 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Diego Martinez on Saturday, November 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Los Pinos Ranch Vineyards in Pittsburgh, Texas will let April Smith jam out on Friday, November 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. And Torna Locks in Burnett, Texas will close out the music lineup for the weekend with the smooth sounds of the Jazz Daddies on stage Saturday, November 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. And that's your music lineup for the weekend. Stay tuned for Did You Know? The holiday season is upon us, and it starts with the holiday of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday in the United States and commemorates the first feast between Native Americans and the Plymouth colonists who came to the Americas from England in 1621. But it wasn't until 1863 that President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a national Thanksgiving Day to be held each November. Many of us will indulge in a similarly lavish feast to include the traditional turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, and a whole host of other foods, and conclude the feast with your favorite slice of pie, all while giving thanks to all that's good in our lives. Some families will watch the traditional football game, while most of us will enjoy one of the greatest spectacles of all time, the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. Since 1924, Macy's department store has presented the largest and most famous New York City's Thanksgiving Day Parade, attracting more than 3 million spectators annually. But did you know that the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade started as a zoo from 1924 to 1926, in which handlers would march the 2.5-mile route with animals borrowed from the Central Park Zoo. Since 1927, the parade is famous for all of its large character balloons, which used to be released into the air after the parade concluded, until an airplane ran into a cat-shaped balloon at 5,000 feet in 1932. Speaking of cats, do you know which cat cartoon character was the first to appear in the parade? Felix. Yep, Felix the cat. A few other fun facts about the Thanksgiving Day Parade include Macy's is the number 2 largest consumer of helium in the world due to the parade, the first being the United States government. It takes 90 minutes to inflate the balloons and only 15 minutes to deflate them. The person in charge of each balloon is called the balloon pilot. And it is said that up to 90 people are needed to anchor and navigate each balloon. And they do so by grasping onto long ropes affixed to the bottom and sides of the balloon. These ropes are called bones, and they require a specific way of handling, so they remain taut throughout the parade. That sounds like a tough job. So as we begin to celebrate and enjoy the holiday season, when the malls are packed and the lines are long, let's remember to be patient and be kind. And when all else fails, drink wine. Texas wine. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Well, that would do it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mike Cole, your Texas wine scene correspondent, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Texas Wine Scene. Cheers. For more in-depth information on the wineries mentioned in this episode, visit the Texas Wine Lover website at txwinelover.com or the Texas Wine Lover app. There you will be able to find a vast amount of information about Texas wineries and wine-related businesses. You can also search for information such as maps of Texas wineries, Texas wine trails, a list of Texas vineyards, 100% Texas wineries, winemaker profiles, and much, much more. So visit their website at txwinelover.com. That's txwinelover.com. Also, please leave me a rating and a review and share the podcast with all your wine lovers.